On February 28, 1983, a group of teenagers playing in an abandoned apartment building in St. Louis, Missouri, made a gruesome discovery. They found the body of a young girl, decapitated and wrapped in a blanket, in the basement. The police were called, and the girl's body was taken to the morgue. She was estimated to be between 8 and 11 years old, and had been raped and strangled. Her head was never found. The police launched a massive investigation, but they were unable to identify the victim. She became known as the St. Louis Jane Doe. The case quickly gained national attention, and the public was outraged by the brutality of the crime. The police received hundreds of tips, but none of them led to the identity of the killer. Over the years, the case has been reopened several times, but it remains unsolved. The St. Louis Jane Doe is one of the most notorious unsolved child murder cases in the United States. The police interviewed everyone who lived near the abandoned apartment building, but no one had seen the girl before. They also checked missing person reports, but no one matched her description. The police released a sketch of the girl, but no one recognized her. They also released a description of her clothing, but no one came forward to say that they had seen her wearing it. The police eventually had to admit that they were stumped. They had no leads on the identity of the victim or her killer. The public was outraged by the murder of the St. Louis Jane Doe. People from all over the country sent donations to help pay for her funeral, and hundreds of people attended her burial. The case also sparked a national debate about child safety. Many people called for stricter laws to protect children from predators. The legacy of the St. Louis Jane Doe. The St. Louis Jane Doe case remains unsolved today. Her identity and the identity of her killer are still unknown. The case is a reminder of the many unsolved child murders in the United States. There are currently over 4,000 unsolved child murder cases in the country. The St. Louis Jane Doe case is also a reminder of the importance of never giving up hope. Her family and friends have never forgotten her, and they continue to hope that one day she will be identified and her killer will be brought to justice. In recent years, there have been a few new leads in the St. Louis Jane Doe case. In 2019, the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, NamUs, released a new reconstruction of the girl's face, based on her skull. The new reconstruction showed a young girl with long, dark hair and brown eyes. It was the first time that the public had seen a realistic image of the girl's face. The new reconstruction led to a number of new tips, but none of them led to the girl's identity. In 2023, a social media post went viral, claiming to have new information about the St. Louis Jane Doe case. The post was from a user named Finding Ginetta, who claimed that her father had been involved in the girl's murder. The post led to a lot of excitement, but the user eventually disappeared and the information in the post could not be verified. Despite the new leads, the St. Louis Jane Doe case remains unsolved. However, her family and friends have not given up hope. They continue to believe that one day she will be identified and her killer will be brought to justice. If you have any information about the St. Louis Jane Doe case, please contact the St. Louis Police Department at 314-444-5371. You can also submit a tip to NamUs at https://www.namus.gov/. You can also help by spreading the word about the case and sharing the girl's reconstruction image. The more people who know about the case, the more likely it is that she will be identified.